Hi and welcome everyone to this discussion. We are going to discuss about one famous slogan that what a man can do, a woman can do better. We are going to explore this topic with this incredible team of incredible voices that are going to share their lived experiences of the construct of being a man and being a woman in the face of stereotypes, in the face of cultural dimension and the changing faces of life. This isn't about pitting one gender against another. It is rather about celebrating our strength and our diversity and challenging the stereotypes by exploring how women have historically excelled even in spheres of life historically imagined as male dominated. Just to sound a disclaimer, this is not a competition. It's just about recognizing the many ways in which our women have broken the ceiling, they have outperformed expectations, and they have continued to excel and bring different strengths in their diversity in the spaces and spheres that were predominantly male dominated. Uh, in the face of that, we are going to begin with just picking our mind on the various ways in which people have held stereotypes on the abilities of male and female. There are stereotypes like a woman cannot park in parallel and many others. May we just get to hear about other stereotypes that exist out there on the abilities of various genders.
Okay, welcome our able viewers, and today we are privileged to podcast the topic what men can do, women can do better. And I want to take this opportunity to introduce our able members on board to introduce their names kindly.
To introduce their names. I'm Faith. Tunaanzia hapa. Hai, microphone.
Hata kwa Kiswahili you are free.
I'm Faith Sichangi. I'm Mercy. Elsie. I'm Eunice. I'm Yvonne.
I'm Evans, your moderator for today.
I'm Ruby.
Patrick, Emmanuel, Victor.
I'm Diana.
I'm Patricia.
Thank you. We are going to engage in a very resourceful discussion with these incredible minds. And the discussion is going to be all about acknowledging and appreciating the differences and the similarities between the men and women. This discussion is going to be carried out with humor, utmost respect, and in a very engaging way that picks our minds on this issue. To start us off, there are so many stereotypes on the position and the abilities of the men and women. I suggested one that it is quite common to get people saying that women cannot park in parallel. There could be many others that maybe are common beliefs about the abilities of men and the abilities of women. Can we maybe get a few that we are aware of?
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. And first and foremost, I would like to talk about what men can do, women can do it better, basing on the background that, for instance, we have women who, through research and through real life stories, have shown a movement that sparks and boldly supports these saying, for instance, we have our able woman, may her soul rest in peace, Mama Wangari Maathai, who in her times she worked very hard to support the environment by ensuring that people were encouraged to plant trees. From her, we also see that she was used to socially connect women through her forum. We also look at Mother Teresa, who was one woman who raised a background whereby there was a religious form whereby she encouraged people to worship and to also live a rightful way. So we recognize her as a woman who did what men can do, and she did it better. We also recognize another woman, Oprah Winfrey. She's a woman who fought for justice, and through them we can boldly say that through the conversational narratives that we've had, that a woman can make what a man can do, a woman can do it better. It is believed to be something that sparks the today's environment in the 21st century.
Thank you. Thank you for taking us through a series of notable examples of women who have excelled beyond expectations. And this leads us to the common slogan that, or the common thought that has been embraced largely today, that most women feel that they don't need men. What does this mean today? Is it because of financial independence? Is it because of emotional freedom? Or could it be attributed to, fatigue that is resultant from, dating cultures and patriarchal expectations? I mean, from what dimension would you look at? Would we look at that state? I don't need a man.
Okay.
Thank you. I would like us to have another panelist.
Okay, before I hand it over, just 30 seconds.
Thank you.
I can say that, for instance, Oprah Winfrey and Martha Karua, they worked on a background whereby they were looking at basically promoting to promote the economy and also to fulfill their lives. For instance, Martha Karua, she fulfilled her life by ensuring that she did what she did by planting the trees. So I can say that is what pushed her most to be outstanding.
Thank you. Can you have someone responding to the phrase that I don't need a man? Does it stem from financial independence? Does it stem from emotional freedom? Or does it stem from fatigue? Yeah? Or prolonged emotional harms that maybe one gender is received from the other?
Okay, thank you so much. I would like to respond on that, saying that it comes from financial, emotional, and everything. Nowadays women, they are doing what they were not supposed to do in the past. Like you see, women nowadays are pushing themselves, they're working, they're having their own money, and like they don't depend on men. Most of women, they have become to be self-reliant, yeah, right. That way. So they're working so hard to prove that they can make their money, they can have their own jobs, they can get employed, they can work for their own sanity. I think that's...
Thank you.
Thank you again. It's Patrick. I will go against that motion that a woman financially stable can stand on her own without a man. It is very hard in the current days, and it is a situation that brings a lot of discussions, because we've seen single mothers and all that, and it is coming as a result of having a financial stability, thinking that you only need a man maybe for the rituals of the bedroom. But my discussion is women were sent to us as helpers, so I don't see it as a sin if a woman steps up as a financial helper when God initially instructed women to help us. So I think it's a woman should support a man whether she has money or no money.
Thank you.
All right, again, it's Emmanuel. So firstly, I won't directly oppose or propose the topic of the day, but particularly I'd like to point out a few areas. My sister there has pointed out clearly the few, or rather the most achievements of women in the world. That's positive. But let me ask a question. If we were to even bring out men who have been successful in the society, why is it all about women and women needing men and not men needing women in the society? It's a question that we need to pose, and that leads us to the forgetfulness of men in the society, but also talking about women at large. So, as I just summarized my introduction, of course I'll be able to speak again. I'd like to say this. We should not be centered on who is superior or who is not, but actually we should be thinking about how best do we improve each gender. Now, in this instance, when a woman says they do not need a man, and the moderator asked a very interesting question: is it financially, is it emotionally, is it whatever?
Because of fatigue,
emotional, yeah, and all that. Trust you me, you can have words, but actions speak louder than words, the way they say. Because each and every day we have lived in that notion that women are weaker creatures, and that's a notion that they created themselves by not being so aggressive. But in the recent times, they have been daring, and we appreciate that. You're not against that, but the only question is, why should we pose a question that a woman does not need a man? So as we continue discussing, let's brainstorm on that, and then we'll also get to maybe discuss broadly that.
Thank you. As we continue responding to the question, I would like us to tie it together with the aspect that is this stance empowering, or is it a response to trauma? Because I mentioned various aspects: financial independence, emotional freedom, all the way to patriarchal expectations and relationship fatigue and dating cultures. So is it empowering, or is it a trauma response?
It's empowering.
Yes.
Nowadays, women are empowered. Like you can see, we have a president that is a woman. For instance, in Tanzania, they have a woman that is a president. And that country is not stopped because their leader is a woman. They are still running their daily basis, their daily works and whatever. And the country is being managed very well. So I think it's empowering women. Women nowadays are empowered, unlike long before they are not empowered. You see, there are those notions that a woman are not supposed to talk when a man is talking, and we can see nowadays the gender is now being balanced. We can have a women MP, MCA. So when they are talking, even those men, they listen to them. Why? Because women can also be them. Not because they can change their gender, but they still can stand out as a woman and talk sense,
Right.
Yeah, that is it.
That's so heated. All right, so I just before I hand over, it's so interesting that you're talking about women's achievements. I'll go back there, because you realize that, for example, of Tanzania, you can look at the GDP level over years, the growth of the economic platform, the humanitarian and philanthropic aspects that have been triggering the effects in the country. Look at the leadership levels right now. Look at the security. Look at the systems and the way they are running. Are they adequate enough? Could you compare that to Uganda? Could you compare that to Kenya's structures? Could you compare that to Rwanda's structures? We're not talking about what the forefathers did for their countries, but you're talking about what is happening currently in those countries. Yes, in Kenya we have our own problems, being led by a bold president who's a male and who is taking very big steps. I will not be political, because we're not talking about politics right now, but I think to some extent he's making bold decisions that a man could take. In Tanzania, there's a lot of timidness, and I will not blame that on her, but there's a lot of timidness in the sense that we do not have that quality of leadership that we expect, by virtue of not that woman, but the structures. So in this sense, we're not talking about what women have done, because it's always a hand by hand, because there are women, there are male ministers there. Everyone is working around the clock to make sure that this woman is achieving what they need to achieve. So we need to look at what are these aspects that are making this woman grow, and how best do we improve that? Because at the end of the day, this woman has needed men to be able to grow to that level.
Thank you. Another voice on that?
Thank you very much. I would love to respond to my fellow member by saying that what women are doing is an empowerment, because in one way it is, they do what particularly drives them, for them to see themselves as having fulfilled what they have purposed. I hope I've responded to that in short words. Hope I'm understood.
Thank you once more. The question is, women have been empowered, and I think we need to clap for that because it's a good thing. But among the many, only few make it, and the rest who try being empowered, and they fail, because failure is part of a human being. Those who fail to stand out and be like Wangari Maathai you are talking about, they have ended up very bad, making bad decisions of their life, and maybe raising families alone because they saw that I've been empowered enough, I don't need a man anymore. I think the question should be, currently the women who believed in themselves but they ended up failing, they have failed the society so bad. Thank you.
As we continue, I would like us also to look at it in the spectrum of what effect could that have on the societal fabric and even on institutions such as marriage and relationships in the social dynamics. What impact does it have?
About empowerment still, maybe I did not address that wholesomely, but what does empowerment mean? Empowerment is not a collective, it's not an individual responsibility, rather it's a collective responsibility. What do I mean by a collective responsibility? It's whereby somebody has to show up from seeing what another person has done. Now, talking of women leaders, they have seen what men have been doing. Right. That's already a dependency. Right. That if Kagame can do this, why can't I do it? If Kenya has some, if Liberia, or rather if the US has a male president and is doing very well as these structures, why can't I do? So it's a question of a man has done. So that's where the empowerment comes from. So we should not forget what this empowerment thing means, because to be empowered, you need a source of empowerment.
There's a greater source.
There's a greater. Exactly. And for me and for us all, you'll agree that they have learned from men. And now, what we're saying here, they are now overlearning. They are now overlearning and spoiling the community. Today in the morning, we were discussing with my friends about something very important, that there's this LGBTQ activism, right, where a woman tends to feel like they're too superior. They have overlearned that they can be men and even more than men. Now they're trying to spoil the society by this notion of, if I can be a man, I can own a woman, and that becomes a marriage that is not agreeable in the eyes of the Lord.
Against the laws of nature.
And against the laws of nature, because you will explain to us why you have a kid and you don't have a man. I don't understand.
Maybe let me just put this this point clear on my brother that said that we'll explain why we have a child and we don't have a father. I'll respond to that later. I wanted to say this way. Let's now leave along the empowering and whatever. In most cases, you see a woman standing out by her own, not because she's trying to prove a point that she can do better. It's because she's a go-getter. Whatever I want this thing, I must work for it. Whatever I want money, I must go out, work for it, earn my own money. Why? As a woman, you also need your own money. Just because we want to have our own life, it does not mean that we don't want you men. We still need you, yes, but we need to be independent as a woman, to stand for our own self. Let me just put an example of this way. For example, you are my husband and you are dead. So, will the life stop? No, I still have to stand. As a woman of my own family, I still have to wake up to make sure that the family is okay. And when we put it like we want you to be just superior, the family still will fail. because we'll not be going out to look for that. We'll just wait for you to come. Because we are helpers, we'll be waiting, do work from home and whatever, but we'll not be working.
Thank you.
Just a questions to her. I would like for her to continue to speak for like 30 seconds answering
Right.
this. Okay, I just want to ask you a question. You're saying that women have to get their jobs and to work on them and to be independent, right? That's okay. How do you get that job? I want you to get your statistics. Through what platforms have women been able to get these jobs? And how have you, and through what means? And how have they been working? Through statistical data. That's one. Another thing, talking of a man who is dead. Here we are talking about a man who is to be needed. So this man is not dead. A needful man is alive. So as you continue contextualizing that, try to reason in that aspect that there's a man here, but now we are overlooking the purpose of this man, or we want now to take the purpose of this man. You know, if you say you don't need that man, it means that you are ready to take the responsibilities of both men and women.
Okay, let me respond to that one of statistic. You know, you men nowadays believe that when I have a job, it means that I've gone back door, ndo nikapata hiyo job. No, nowadays women are learned. People are learned outside here. Women have their own papers. It's not about going behind doors ndio upate job. Wanawake wenyewe wanajituma, wanapata kazi yao, kazi safi, wamefanya masomo, wamesoma, they get clean job. Then on that aspect of men not being dead, it means unaweza kuwa hapo, yes, you have your own work, you have your own job as a man, but you are not acting like a man enough. I'll play your role vizuri, and as a woman I'll come up and
take up the
exactly. It's not that I want to demean you as a man, it's because I want to help you. I want to, not that I'm demeaning you, unaona, hujafanya everything that is needed, umeona.
Okay, a quick one. How do you know a man is not doing enough yet you're not a man?
How do I know?
Okay, how do you know what a man is supposed to do? You know, for you to be able to know that a man is not doing enough, then you must have known what a man should do. Now, you should tell us, how did you know what this man should do and to what capacity? Because not every man is a billionaire, not every man is a millionaire. There's every man doing everything to make sure that they're making the ends meet. So if you want to be like the wife's president in the house, yet I'm a farmer, then that's not enough for you. So you should tell us what you expect, first of all, what you want, what you think a man should do, and what you think they're not achieving, and what are you doing to achieve what the man is not doing. So those are very important questions that we need to address here.
Yeah, to add on that, you see, their help comes with conditions. You see, the nature of marriage has changed. When a woman goes to work and you as a man, you remain in the compound, you see, it is already, the structure of marriage has already broken because their help comes with conditions. So why should you help me with conditions when I'm willing to help you without conditions?
Conditional.
Yes.
And the fact that you have a job, there's a response from the other end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I want to respond to my fellow member that is saying that why should a woman work and help with conditions? From the word go, when we are created, we are told that we are just supposed to be helpers. But now, men, you have overturned the tables. Now you want it 50-50, or you want it 70-50, 70-30. It cannot work that way. We 70-30, like so the 70, the 70. Let me say I'm working and my man is not working, so he'll expect me to give the 70 and he'll want to give the 30. Now raising me or nurturing me as my husband on that background, it is not going to give me an environment whereby I have to treat you as a husband. You have to take orders from me now because I'm doing the 70 part and you're doing the 30 part. Isn't it? Now, again, okay, previously there was a question the moderator asked about the empowering thing and its effect. Kindly allow me to support this on the contrary part. The empowerment part is doing a lot of good to women. Yes, they're becoming dependent, they're raising bars of life. Yeah, and the disadvantage of the empowerment to women is that now it is declining. It is making the traditional norms or the societal norms are now being declined in the society. For instance, we women, we are created to be under men. But now when I'm empowered, don't be assured that I will sit there and allow my man to have orders on me. He will instead have to take orders from me.
So are you alleging that women empowerment should even reverse, the family roles, the roles of a man and a woman in the family?
Yeah, when a woman is empowered,
she becomes a man.
Yeah.
Assumes the position of a man.
Now, my voice has to be heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are tackling the issue of should or does women empowerment, result in a reversal of the role of a man and a woman in the family setup? I will ask my sister to take a go.
I support that women empowerment changes the role of a man in the society, because it is obvious that once in power you have to take orders from me. So when I'm empowered as a woman and my man is working below me, he has to take orders from me. This is
What would you, under what circumstances would you now decide that your man is below you?
Let me say, if I'm doing I'm playing a bigger part in the family, let me say taking care of the children, paying the school fees, feeding the family, dressing the family, and maybe he's just there to ensure that kids are back from school and they've gone to school. So kindly, we just have to agree that you'll have to take orders from me. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be the steering madam of the house, so you'll have to take orders from me.
Exactly.
Yes.
So let's have something.
Yes, we need to respond to that.
Okay, it's Victor here. I would like to respond to my colleague here. Talking of empowerment, okay, it's like you're confusing me. What is this empowerment? Does empowerment make women equal to men or more superior than men? Does empowerment make women superior than men so that we can take orders from you guys? Then empowerment should be demolished or taken away from me, because I don't think if women empowerment programs are built to make women more superior than men, or make you guys make us men servants, right? So women are empowered so that we can go against those other societal norms. Like, let me see, there was a point like men were to dominate against women. There are things like, let me say,
opportunities.
Yeah, opportunities, and so those things are the ones that brought up the empowerment projects. But I don't think if that's the case.
What is the role of a leader? As a leader,
You are not a leader to give out orders.
but as a leader in the normal life, as a leader,
You inspire
you
your
work
people.
with orders.
No. You don't work with orders.
All right. Before I hand over, when we pile a problem, when we pile a statement here, when you don't approach it carefully, then we will spoil the society. Now, first of all, I like to bring this to order. That whatever you're talking about here is not even about empowerment. It is oppression. Because why should you when men are taking responsibility, do they give orders? It's just a question, because women are in the house. Maybe let us now put it the way it's supposed to be. A woman is in the house, she's empowered to go to work. Nobody has restricted you. The way it's done, you go to work, but I take responsibility as a man. You as a woman, why are you working? That's a question. Why are you working? Are you working just to be a woman? An empowered woman who is working to be a woman. There's a reason why you go to work, you get money. What are you doing? Are you becoming influential in the society? What programs? Can you just sit there because I'm a man so that I take responsibility? You're a woman. When you take responsibility, you make yourself a man of the house. So it is not about oppression, it's about empowerment. Yes, you work, but at the end of the day, remember that I'm the man of the house. Because you have gone to work. These are our kids. They're your kids. They're my kids. You buy for them clothes. If you feel like paying fees, fine. But I'm not forcing you to pay fees. If you feel like paying fees, fine. If you don't feel like it's okay, I'll take responsibility. So it's not about, we're not talking about a dead person here. You know, you've put empowerment to be like, now men are officially dead and women have taken over. So this man is just sitting in the house. Are we there? Are there statistics show that men just sit in the house? Which man is this?
Once you empower a woman, a man must be reduced to nothing.
You know, I'm wondering, that's oppression. And that's why this notion in men, a very good notion that when a woman steps up, they become an oppressor. It's very true. Because women have that notion of being better. Women are naturally competitive. That when I beat you properly, I put you under me. That's why it's very hard to work under a woman, even in a company, rather than working with a man. It's that simple, because women feel like if I'm above you, then you must feel that I'm above you. But for a man, when a man is above you, they want to show you character, they want to show you leadership, they want to empower you. Right. That's why it is the men who put programs to empower women.
Right. That leads us to a very interesting dimension of the discussion.
Thank you. Before we move to another chapter, maybe let me correct my sister there, because she's saying if she earns more and she pays more bills than me, I should serve her. No. Initially, a woman was meant to be a submissive, and that's why men marry, because they want to be stable. And if you can bring in that stability, it is for the good and the growth of the family. But when you want me to serve you, it means that you want to control me. We are not competing for the same position. And this has made me even wonder, is it why you invented some new bedroom styles so that you can perform as a man? And it really makes me wonder, because bro, that is a trap. Don't go that route.
Okay, let me act on this brother of mine. You know, we are past that norm of when women were just supposed to sit behind. Unaona ile notion ya mwanamke anafaa kuwe tu jikoni. I think that's where these men are finding it difficult. Why? Because women nowadays wamekuwa werevu, wamejichanua. Unaona? Mwanaume anaona tu mwanamke anafaa kukaa nyuma. Lakini now that because women are now raising this, it's becoming a problem. I don't know if you want us to still remain back the way they say at women wale wa jikoni.
So ask them, we'll answer them.
Yes.
Bring up all the questions.
Now, initially we said that empowerment, you men say that empowerment is something coming from men. So we women, if at all we do or we invest anything, it's something we are learning from men, right? Yeah. Now when I'm learning from a man and now I'm becoming empowered, why should you as a man allow me to be better than you? Why can't we walk the same path? If I'm walking 50, walk 50. Or because if I'm learning from you, allow me to walk 40 and walk 60, isn't it? That is the only way you will remain to be a man. But if you empower me and now you want to relax and sit back, you want to be the boss of the house, but you are just relaxed in the house, no, that cannot work. We have now to interchange roles. You'll take orders from me and do what I say. As simple as that. It's either we work 50-50 or you take orders from me. Once you empower me, be ready for it.
As we continue with the discussion, I would like us to think about this question, that is gender a biological construct or a social construct, or economical or otherwise?
Before that, I think we rather live the old style where the women were fully supportive and submissive to the man, and we don't have shortage of examples of women who have been doing better and have been submissive to their wife. We have an example like Congestina, the wrestler. Yeah, she used to say, yes, I can fight anybody, but I cannot fight my man, because naturally she knows I'm a woman, and when it comes to the house, I cannot fight my man, because why should you fight your man and yet he's the head? In fact, you should let me not say it, because
fine. Guys, things are boiling up nicely, and this has come to my attention. Guys, okay, let's do this. See, I don't think if we are thinking right here, first of all, because we are too broad. Now you can imagine you are telling me that you interchange the roles. You interchange the roles. What do you mean by interchanging the? That's a very broad statement. Interchanging the roles. And when did we get there? See, that's the reason I won't marry. Why? Because there's this woman who is coming in marriage not to raise a family, not to take care of the family. You see, you see, women. They say women in families, they bring that image. When a family has broadened, men can look for money. Men are naturally hunters. They can hunt for money. They can hunt for a future. They can do whatever. But if they do not get a woman who also thinks like they do, because nowadays, whatever you're trying to tell us here is, you get into a marriage not going there to trim a family. You're going there to prove that, you know what, give me 10 years, I'll be better than you. Why can't you start there and there to be better than me? Because you wait until that time when you feel like I'm becoming weak, and now I've empowered you enough, and you feel like you're empowered and that you can grow. Now you feel like you're over me. It always starts with men. It's a man that brings in a woman. Tell me a woman who has married a man. It's a man who brings a woman.
If there's one here, they can.
If they are there, I have not. Me, I don't know about one. You can tell me examples and tell me where they have reached up to now. But tell me. But let me tell you, those are we're not talking about our mamas and the vijanas. That's also illegal. We're not talking about illegal stuff. We're talking about legal stuff where a man is taking in a woman through a wedding. That's a marriage I'm talking about. Not going there to pick a woman, or a woman going there to pick a man, for fun, calling them a husband. I'm talking about a marriage where a woman has told a man, I will take care of you, I will make sure that you're okay, and I will finance you. I have not heard about that. So they get into a marriage with the purpose that a man shall provide and a woman shall do it. So when they move in, that's the expectation. But now what happens? The woman now grows in the house of the man. Grows, gets empowered, and it reaches a point when it feels this man is not doing enough. Yet grow ukijua this is the man of the house. Now that's the question here.
The problem is just the problem is that yes, we as women are supposed to be under men, because it is us being married and not us marrying men. It is that way. But I can tell you for free that there are a lot of men outside here that are being kept by women on a basis that you find that I'm just covering my man, but I'm the one who paid dowry. I'm the one who provides food in that house. I'm the one who dresses that man. So how do you expect me that you just want me now, you want me to bend too low because now I'm the woman, the society figures it that I'm married to maybe so and so I have to be low, and yet I paid my dowry, I'm feeding you, I'm feeding your kids, I'm doing everything in the house. Like, seriously, I just think men have relaxed on their role, and let us just go back. If you're a man, just be a man. Yeah.
You do everything.
Yes, I'll be a woman if you be a man. If you be a man, I'll be a woman. That is automatic. But now if you want to relax back and you want me to be a woman, no.
Okay, according to me, I wouldn't oppose or propose, but I would like to say that we as ladies, we accepted that man, so you should be behind him. So you are saying that paying of dowry, you are the one, you accepted it. That is the decision you made. That is not your work.
I like a reasoning.
Okay, truly, we should move away from the comparative framework, right? Yeah, the true goal here, it was all about equity and equality. Sindio? So, women, you are not superior. That's real. That's for sure. In my home, me personally as a man, a woman will never be superior to me. I'll never take the orders you are claiming to give. Yeah. So the main goal here is all about equality, equal opportunities, right? That's why we are empowering you women. It's all about equal opportunities. It's not all about a battle of sexes, you see. So after empowering you women, now you've brought up the battle. You want to be greater than us, because we brought these empowerment programs because we want to increase the income of the household. That's number one. We want to beat the gender norms like the FGMs and wherever, so you know them. We want you guys to participate in political aspects so that you can be like us, not superior than us. We don't want you to be, we are not empowering you guys to become dictators. So don't overrule the fact that you are earning more than a man, so you can sit on him ama nikamkalia chapati. So you know,
so you can, you see, it is the same women through this thinking, and I like that this one will be shared. It is through such thoughts that this thing yenye imekame up inaitwa toxic masculinity. You listen to my mentor Andrew Kibe talking and you feel the pain in his voice. Why? Because it has reached a point where, the way my brother said, you have empowered someone. Yes, you are also earning, but when they buy a bundle of scurry, of sugar, they feel like I'm doing everything. Trust me, this one you can do your own research at your own time. A man can do everything in the house, but that one day when a woman will do that thing that a man has been doing for 3 months, that one time that the woman shall pay rent is that one time that the woman shall be the man of the house. She will go around saying, and you know the problem is that they don't keep quiet. They will go around saying, you've said that they'll pay dowry and then they will cover up. They don't cover up. If there's one person who can never cover up anything, is a woman. Then they will go around saying, this man, I paid dowry. Then that man will be forced to do what? To now refund. But they will not say that refund. They will not say that refund part. They just say I paid. So women, so delusional.
Let's have the last thought on that aspect.
Just before, if initially it was my plan to marry you, why should you pay dowry? Are you marrying yourself? That is a question of interest, because why should you pay dowry yet it is me who married you? Unless we are doing a collab there.
If a man cannot pay dowry,
a man who is proud as a man will not allow that, will and should not allow that.
But we can manage. Yeah. If we can pay for you, it means you are weak.
No, it means
you
that
don't have. Just accept you don't have.
Okay, sometimes women come in marriage to find a stepping stone to higher heights, because it is only through that they can find themselves a spot somewhere in the social and economic, and when they reach there, they no longer see the use of a bridge. It's like crossing a bridge, then you find a dry land where there is no water. You no longer need that bridge. But men have played a bigger role of becoming bridges for women to cross over to the promised land. But when they get there, they forget that one day they might come back.
We don't come back when we go. We go.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. We are getting diverse yet very enriching views on this topic that we have today. Just a quick one. One of the panelists mentioned that one will prefer to work under a male supervisor, especially, let's say, in the corporate world or any other place, to a female supervisor or head. I mean, what does it say about empathy and leadership and emotional intelligence? Does it imply a stark variability in leadership skills, leadership qualities, and emotional intelligence across the two genders? Is it because a man is more empathetic or a woman is more empathetic, or is it because one will make a better leader than the other, or is it because one is more emotionally intelligent?
With that, I can support by agreeing that men are more empathetic, and emotionally, personally, I say men are the best emotionally because they support us fully. And for me, I prefer working under the leadership of a man because I always figure them as the best leaders. That one I agree. Yes.
Okay. We've had cases. These women are the same people who say things and they come and contradict themselves. We've had maternity cases where people go to the maternity and these women don't love fellow nurses operating on them because they are harsh on them. They lack the morale and maybe the morals to be in that position because they think that if a man could have handled me, I could have delivered better and without stress.
You are emotionally okay.
But you see, it means how important the man has a role to play in the society, even if it comes to raising children. Because how are you telling me that a woman is going to teach a boy on how to become a man? It is so hard. That's why the society has raised weak men, the ones that are complaining of, that the one who raised those children. Those weak boys are being raised by those mothers, and yet they want the girls to have a man who is a man and became a man through a woman. You see, you cannot stand for a man if you were taught to be a man by a woman.
You can. Let me be. You mean a woman cannot raise a man? We can. Imagine you follow our, like, as a man or as a child, you unakuwa unamentiwa na mama yako most of the time. Hata kama ni mwanaume, mama yako ndiye anaendana na wewe. Unaona, mwanaume kazi yake, wengine wanazaa tu, they go to Nairobi, wanakuacha na mama yako. So you can't say that we're raising weak people. No.
Okay.
You are demeaning us.
Before tuendelee, acha ni mcorrect kidogo. Kuna vitu kwa maisha ya kijana anaye transit from being a boy to a man. Kuna vitu, like, you see, there are stories that are untouched. Like, there is, okay, this is a very sensitive word. Maybe if I will be at least there are certain sensitive things like a foreskin of a boy. You see, there are these times when boys go to play, and men here will support me that there are some things that happen with it. Right, man?
Yes.
You as a woman, how are you going to tell this boy that this is normal, like offloading it from it is normal? How are you going to tell her, the boy?
It's normal.
Guys, it seems like ladies inside here, or ladies in our midst, are now talking about things they don't understand. You cannot raise a man wholesomely through their life and expect to raise a strong man. You will raise a gay.
Yes.
You will raise a gay. Trust you me, I can say this confidently. Why? It reaches a point where a boy needs a man. Trust you me, we are all men here, and for if someone is a mother here and you have raised a boy to 18, you will concur with me. It reaches a point where you cannot govern a man. It reaches a point where the man doesn't feel. You see, it's very easy for a man to grow and reach a point and realize that, kumbe mom used to do this. Yeah, she used to do these things. They were wrong. I did not know. It reaches a point where it's a man-to-man talk. Men will tell you, your dad calls you and tells you, now, listen, son. It reaches a point where your mother cannot tell you this, but you have to hear it from me. That's why when boys are circumcised, they are alienated from women. For a boy who has been circumcised properly, they are alienated from women, and women will never understand what men are taught in that time. Even if we started telling you here, we won't get the right words to explain to you, and that's what makes a man. So women never raise men, women raise children, and when they become men, they face life challenges
and
for
they
fellow
become
men.
women for another man.
Now, the gay rights activists who are doing whatever they are doing, they have been raised by women who have not shown the boys their fathers, if they were single mothers, and now they end up loving men the way their mothers loved men, and that's the problem we're facing as a society. Then, last but not least, we are not talking about emotions in leadership. Forget about that. I don't, guys, let us be serious. We cannot be talking about emotions, that men are emotionally intelligent, and then all of a sudden you want to become more emotionally intelligent than a man and now rule. When did that happen? It's not about emotions. It's about personality. It's about the consciousness that you have. It's that leadership quality. Men are leaders in nature. Trust you me, everybody inside here, you will not like it working under a woman. Trust you me. I've worked in offices where women are. I've been in offices where women are. There's no peace. And for men who have been under women, they find a way to move away. And even, in fact, it's even worse for women working under women. It's even worse. They won't work. Yet you are saying that you are empowering yourselves. Yet it's men empowering women. But now women cannot also work with women. You understand the disparity? So it's not about emotions, it's about character.
Right.
I think that one of not working, you as a man, not working under a lady very well, it's because you have that mentality that I can't be ruled by a woman.
Okay, let me clarify.
It's just that way, simple.
Let's allow him to
Let me clarify.
It's a grave allegation.
I did not mean that a man cannot. In fact, we have all agreed that it's even tougher for a woman to work under a woman. It's even tougher. You get your statistics right. If I put a woman to work under a woman, work will not go in order. We will always have one party who is not happy. But a man can handle that. A man working under a woman can handle that pressure. Can say, yeah, my boss is doing this, is saying this, but you know what? I have that character to do what? To handle this. For as long as I'm here, I will try to handle that until when I'm promoted. But for a woman, they will say, I miss his fanya kazi na huyo mama. In fact, you guys talk very ill about those women leaders.
Okay. Traditionally, empathy is being focused on women. Like women are more empathetic than men. Yeah, that's traditionally, right? According to the roles and the leadership styles. But on the other way, men express empathy on different ways. Men do listen and validate. That's right. Yeah, men do listen and validate. Unlike women. So let me use an example like Tanzania. For those who listen to news or politics thing, the deputy president of Tanzania is a man, right? They are going to hold elections. I think he's not standing with the president on the next elections. Also, I think he's not standing with the president or he has quitted the job. So ask yourself why. A man cannot work under a woman because women are, allow me use arrogant and moody. Yeah.
And it's even worse when a woman is working under a woman.
Yeah.
That's just a test.
Maybe you can even, some of them even here, we are arguing and maybe they are mad. They are mad already. Yeah, msha catch.
Let me just pick some statistic. There was an article I read, and it was stating that about 70% of the inmates in the United States, those in incarceration, they were raised by single mothers. So this begs the question now: could it be, the ripple effect of the growing the growing prevalence of single motherhood and that missing influence of a man in the life of another man?
Okay, now when we talk about a woman raising a boy who is supposed to become a man, and we have also talked about empowerment, you can just say to our men that kindly empower us, because according to the current economy, as things are going, there are a lot of single mothers. So you can work so hard to empower us on how to train these boys to be men. And we will slowly learn. You can't expect us to train a boy to become a man on ourselves, because I'm telling you, trust me, women pass through a lot. If you'll one day have an experience of what a woman passes through, you'll not like it one day. Why didn't God choose that a man can equally carry a child in her tummy? Why? Do you know what a woman really passes through monthly? You can't explain the pains. So we have a lot on our mind.
I want you to limit your response to the link between high single motherhood or high prevalence of inmates and the linkage to single motherhood. I want you to limit your response to that. I read an article that was stating that 70% of the inmates in the United States, those in prisons, they were raised by single mothers. Now, what does it? What do you make of that?
I want to support you. You want to support me? Okay, allowed.
That's a scam.
All right. In that aspect where you are saying you are starting to be emotional, and I hear you. That we don't understand what women go through. Trust me. If there are people who understand what women go through, are men. That's one thing you should know. Why? Why? Because even if men, it's just because at times women demand a lot from us. We are not God. We understand, we try to sympathize, we try to emphasize, but it's not enough, and it now comes back to us. We cannot be perfect.
So why are you making us single mothers?
No, single. That's a very important topic we're coming to.
I would even like
but
to recognize another.
But now let us talk about the inmate issue first. That's another topic.
Okay.
That's a very broad topic, and we have validation for that. Not to sugarcoat anything. Just to spit facts here as to why we have single mothers. We will speak facts. Because we could even be here. We have given out kids there. So we can be able to talk about it, and we have reason as to that. We are not inhuman. So about inmates, that's justifiable, because the reason is it reaches a point, the way I just said, it reaches a point where a woman can no longer raise a boy. It reaches a point where the boy wants to explore and needs guidance. There's that lion aspect in a man. If you have a husband in the house, there's that command, there's that lion aspect. Nikita mtoto wangu kijana nimwambie kuja hapa. There's that fear that I instill in him that I cannot do this, daddy will not do this. Now, this boy grows with that strictness, knowing that my dad doesn't like this. Now, I also don't like it. I cannot steal. When I steal, my dad will kill me. Now I grow with that. My sons will also know that when I do this, my dad will kill me. Because they say that men are humans, but they are animals. They have men have a percentage of women in them. They have that part. They are human, and again, they are very terrible animals when triggered.
They can be wild.
They can be so wild. You have never seen a man who is wild.
Yeah, okay, to on the issue of inmates, I will say that boys who are raised by single mothers, they occasionally make mistakes, and at the end they are forgiven. So when they are adults, they go out stealing, knowing that maybe the society will forgive them. But sorry to those boys, because the world is another place of hell. This is another portion of hell. Maybe we should be told by scientists. But what I know is that raising a boy, there is some confidence that there is a hormone called dopamine, I guess. It is a hormone that gives somebody confidence. And that hormone is activated by a man. It is activated by a man. And some things you want us to teach you on how to be to teach boys on how to be men. Some things we learned through seeing. We saw our father do this, so we behave within the norms of the dad. So how will I teach you to behave like a man so that my boy will see? It is so hard.
Thank you so much. Let's pick our final thoughts on the topic that about the space and the place of a man and the place of a woman in modern society. There's a hand here.
Okay. That one is neutral. I'm not supposed to be so harsh on anything. Yeah. So ideally, men and women are equally important. That's why nature brought us together. If you left women on earth someday alone, trust me, it will be a mess. If you leave men alone on earth, you will come and find a different place. There's that balance that men bring in the world, in the society, and there's that balance that women bring in the society. But again, both parties are failing in some way. Because this thing here, LGBTQ, is really it's really I'm not. Why should? Okay, fine, maybe it's but the thing is, somebody is not doing something right technically, because how can a man get into a relationship with a man? Then it means someone is not working somewhere. So it's not about carrying the blame on someone or on anyone, but it's about knowing how we can work together to make sure that at least we're making the society a better place.
To add on that, we should teach our boys how important women are to them. you see there are some roles in a man's life that are only played with women. So I would really love us to teach our boys on how important women are, to support them in prayers, to encourage them to go to work. You see, it will sound better if someone you love back at home as a wife encourages you to go to work, to try again, and try to look for something for them. So if we teach our men, that our boys, that a woman has this part to play, a woman has some conjugal rights to play. So you will find this man has no mental illness, because let me just call it mental illness, to just fantasize another man. You see, it is a mental illness. It is just yeah. So we have to teach our boys how important women are to them. Wherever as we do the same to boys, we should also tell our women that we need men in our lives. One, for emotional support, financial support, for all that. We have so many reasons as to why our girls need boys, but we should bring it in the upbringing of this child, either boy or female, how important the other gender is.
Thank you.
And for me, I can say we need each other. We need each other.
Thank you. Someone else with a response on this, a final remark. As she responds, I would like maybe if there is one skill that you would like the other gender to learn, maybe one skill, yes, then we'll be wrapping it up.
Okay, I can say both of us, a man and a woman, we are both important, and I would love to go back to the word of God, the Bible, that in the beginning a man was created first, and he was meant to sleep, then a rib was removed to create a woman. So I can say this to women, that we as women, we should learn to submit, and men should learn to love, to create a better society.
Right. Thank you. One skill that you wish the other gender learned.
Okay, as we conclude, I would like to say, if you are supporting the norm that what men can do, women can do better, if you are forcing me to support that, then I'll also support the opposite, because the opposite is also true. Yeah, what women can do, men can do better. So I'll support the opposite. Then naturally, men do need women, and women do need men. That's right.
That's why you spoil it. Nobody needs. In fact, you guys,
We need to be equal.
Maliza.
So umechukua mic, umeshanga, umetaka kuongea.
Okay, so
Ongea basi, ongea, najua pengine ulikuwa kujibu.
There is no place there is no place where the other gender needs the other one more than the other one. No, we don't need you more, and in fact you exploit us.
yeah, so sorry, just to echo on what Mwalimu has said, that thing is very sensitive. If you say that there's someone who needs another one more, then you'll tell us why when we have single mothers somewhere, we have this notion of stubborn baby
Daddy.
Have you ever had stubborn baby daddies?
Yes.
No, bana kuna na dramatic and stubborn baby mamas.
Ask Obina.
Obina is staying with their children because of stubborn baby.
Why?
Because that single mother will talk. We will talk about.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And
Is the problem now?
And Mulamwa.
They are the problem.
There isn't one for
They have
Mulamwa.
the problem.
Yes, so you guys, it's not about one needing another one. If you can need yourself, have our babies, raise them, don't call us.
Thank you. A final one.
Well, if I say something, I'll spoil it.
Yes. A final one as we conclude.
Okay, guys, let us just tell each other the truth. We need each other.
Yeah, sure.
Personally, I need a man. I cannot survive without a man. I need a man. And my brother here, can you really survive without a woman? Really? Can you?
I can wash my
You
own
cannot. You cannot. So let the truth be told, we need each other, and everybody is on a 50-50 basis. We are all important to each other. There is no person who is superior and the other inferior. We are all both the same.
Thank you.
If they
Thank
can
you.
satisfy yourself.
Thank you.
Let me finish.
You have a
I want to say this one. We're saying this one.
Let's be
That
concluding.
I'm concluding.
All right.
That they need us more. And if they don't need us more, tell us why do you go behind bars and buy those whatever you buy?
We can do it cheap.
Let me answer you. Why are you taking away the microphone?
Hey,
Hey, we buy because brothers, let it be told. Owning a cow and buying milk, which one is cheaper?
Buying milk.
Buying milk. Why should I own a cow when I can buy milk?
For our next episode. Thank you guys. We've had a very informative and engaging discussion on the diversity or the similarities and the differences that we have between the men and the women. Throughout the conversation, throughout the discussions, one thing has come out clear, that indeed there are differences between a man and a woman, and at the same time there's a multiplicity of similarities that there are between a man and a woman. And for a fact, the similarities we share should be something to draw a connection between us, while the differences we share should draw us into completion rather than into competition. Now, the differences or the similarities that we have between men and women, our strengths and our abilities, should get us into collaboration over competition. The question we should be asking ourselves is, how can we work towards having a more unified, a more equitable society, that we leverage this strength collectively. Thank you so much. Stay with us until the next episode. Thank you.